Have you ever noticed this strange moment in your day? You're doing something very normal, maybe brushing your teeth, making tea, checking your phone, and suddenly someone asks you a simple question in English. So, what do you usually do in the morning? And your mind freezes. Not because you don't have a morning, not because you don't know the words, but because everything comes at once. Wake up. Wake up. Woke up. I wake up at 7. Or is it I am waking up? Brush my teeth. Brushed. Brushing. And while you're thinking, the moment passes.
Yes, and afterward, you feel that quiet frustration. You think, I do this every day. I live this life. Why can't I say it? It feels unfair. Talking about your daily routine should be the easiest thing in the world. It's your life. But for many English learners, it's one of the hardest conversations.
If that sounds familiar, I want you to relax your shoulders right now. You're not broken. You're not slow. You're not bad at English. You're just thinking in the wrong way.
Today, we're going to change that. Not by memorizing long lists, not by forcing grammar rules into your head, but by helping you speak about your daily routine the way real people do, without thinking so much.
By the end of this lesson, we want you to feel something very specific. Not, I learned a lot of grammar, but I can talk. Calmly, naturally, even with mistakes.
Welcome back. I'm Laura.
And I'm James. And today, we're talking about how to talk about your daily routine in English in a way that feels human, not robotic.
Let's start with something honest. When learners hear daily routine, they often imagine a test. Wake up at 6, brush teeth, eat breakfast, go to work, come home, sleep.
Yes, it becomes a checklist. And when English feels like a checklist, your voice disappears.
But real conversations don't sound like lists. They sound like life. They include pauses, small details, feelings, and sometimes nothing special at all.
And that's why this topic matters so much, because talking about your daily routine is often the first real conversation you have with someone. At work, at school, with a neighbor, with a coworker on a break.
People don't ask about your routine because they want perfect grammar. They ask because they want connection. They want to understand your life.
But many learners struggle here because they learned English in pieces. One tense today, one verb list tomorrow, one rule after that.
So when it's time to speak, your brain starts searching. Where is the rule? Which tense is correct? Is this sentence too simple?
And the result is silence, or very short answers. Yes, same, nothing special.
Even when there is something special.
So let's slow this down. We're not going to start with grammar. We're going to start with how humans actually think about their day.
Think about your morning. Not in English, just think.
You don't think, first I wake up, second I brush my teeth. You think in pictures, feelings, moments.
Maybe you think, I wake up tired, or I check my phone before I get out of bed, or I rush because I'm late.
That's the key. Daily routine is not about actions, it's about patterns.
So, when we teach this, we start small, very small.
Instead of trying to explain your whole day, start with one anchor sentence, one sentence that feels safe.
For example, many people start with, I usually.
Not every day at exactly 7:15 a.m., just I usually.
I usually wake up around 7. I usually start work at 9. I usually cook at home.
Notice something important here. Usually gives you freedom.
Yes, if one day is different, it doesn't matter. You're not lying. You're describing a pattern.
This is why native speakers love words like usually, normally, most days, in the morning, at night.
These words remove pressure.
Now, let's talk about verbs. But don't panic.
We're not opening a grammar book.
In daily routine talk, most verbs are simple and physical. Wake up, go, come back, eat, work, relax.
You don't need fancy verbs to sound natural. You need clear verbs.
Here's something important many learners don't realize. Simple English sounds confident when it's spoken smoothly.
But complex English spoken with fear sounds weak.
That's why we focus on flow first, accuracy later.
Let's imagine someone asks you, "So, what do you do after work?"
Your brain might want to answer perfectly, but instead you can answer naturally.
"I usually come home, eat something, and relax."
That sentence is not exciting, and that's okay.
Real life is often not exciting.
And here's a small secret. People trust you more when your English sounds real, not perfect.
There's a quote I love, and it fits perfectly here. Fluency is not speaking without mistakes, it's speaking without fear.
When fear leaves, words come.
Now, another reason learners struggle with daily routine is time. Past, present, future. It feels confusing.
So let's simplify. When you talk about your routine, you live in the present.
You don't need to say, "I have been waking up." Just say, "I wake up."
I wake up early. I work late. I go to bed around 11.
This is present simple, yes, but don't think about the name.
Think about the feeling. This is my life. This is normal for me.
And when something is different, you can say, "Today is different. Yesterday was busy."
Short, clear, human.
Before we continue, take a quiet moment. Think about one part of your day. Morning, afternoon, or night.
Just one, not the whole day.
That's how confidence grows, not by doing everything, but by doing one thing well.
In the next part, we're going to help you turn these small pieces into smooth, natural conversation without sounding like a textbook.
We'll also talk about common mistakes learners make and why they happen.
And more importantly, how to stop judging yourself while you speak.
Because when judgment leaves, speech begins.
Let's continue from where we left off. You chose one part of your day, morning, afternoon, or night. Just one.
This is important because confidence doesn't grow when you try to explain your whole life at once. It grows when your brain feels, "I can do this."
Now, we're going to gently connect those small pieces into real spoken flow. Not long speeches, not perfect sentences, just natural movement.
Imagine someone says, "So, how's your day usually?"
Many learners panic here because day feels big.
But native speakers don't expect a full report. They expect a feeling.
So instead of starting from morning to night, you can start anywhere. For example, most days are pretty busy.
That one sentence already answers the question emotionally.
Then you had 1 or 2 details, not 10.
Most days are pretty busy. I work until late afternoon.
Notice what's happening. You're not listing actions, you're painting a small picture.
This is how humans talk.
Let's slow down and look at spoken rhythm. When learners speak, they often rush.
Because they're afraid the listener will interrupt.
But in real conversation, pauses are normal, even powerful.
So you can say, "I usually wake up around 7. Then I get ready for work."
That pause is not a mistake. It's natural thinking time.
Native speakers pause all the time. They just don't apologize for it.
That's an important lesson. You don't need to say sorry every time you pause.
Silence is not failure.
Now, let's talk about connectors. These are small words that make your routine sound smooth.
Words like then, after that, so, and.
You don't need many, just 1 or 2.
For example, I wake up early, then I check my phone.
Or, I finish work around 6, so I'm usually tired.
That "so" adds emotion.
And emotion is what people remember.
Now let's address something important.
Many learners worry their routine sounds boring. They think, my life is normal, I have nothing to say.
But normal is interesting in conversation because it's relatable.
When someone says, I usually just go home and rest, people think, me too.
Connection happens there.
Now, let's gently talk about mistakes.
Not to shame you, but to free you.
One common mistake is overcorrecting while speaking.
You start a sentence, then stop, then restart, then stop again.
For example, I woke, I wake up at 7.
The listener already understood you after wake.
But your brain didn't trust that.
Here's the truth. Understanding is more important than perfection.
If the message is clear, the conversation is successful.
Another common mistake is using very long sentences.
Learners think long sentences sound smart.
But in speaking, long sentences are risky.
They increase stress and mistakes.
Short sentences feel safe. They give you control.
I wake up early. I work nearby. I get home late.
3 short sentences sound confident.
1 long sentence sounds scary.
Another mistake is copying textbook language.
I arise at 6 o'clock and commence my professional duties.
Nobody talks like that.
If you wouldn't say it in your language, don't say it in English.
Speak like a human, not a lesson.
Now, let's reach a small turning point.
This is the moment many learners experience a quiet change.
They realize something.
I don't need to translate my whole day.
I just need to share parts of it.
When that realization happens, fear softens.
And when fear softens, your voice becomes steady.
I once heard a learner say something beautiful. They said, "When I stopped trying to sound correct, I finally sounded like myself."
That's the breakthrough.
Speaking is not performance, it's presence.
You are there, the other person is there. That's enough.
Now let's make this practical.
Tomorrow, someone might ask you, "How was your day?"
You don't need a big answer.
You can say, "It was okay, pretty normal."
Then add one detail. Work was busy, or I was tired.
That's real conversation.
You can also ask back, how about you?
Conversation is shared weight.
You don't carry it alone.
As we move into the final part, we're going to focus on real-life application.
How to practice this without pressure.
How to turn daily routine into daily confidence.
And how to challenge yourself in a gentle, realistic way.
Because fluency grows quietly.
One day you'll answer a simple question.
One day, you'll answer a simple question.
And only later realize,
You didn't think at all.
let's bring everything together now.
Not by repeating rules, not by reviewing grammar, but by stepping into real life.
Because English doesn't live in lessons, it lives in moments.
A coworker pours coffee next to you. A classmate sits down. Someone looks at you and says, "So, what's a normal day like for you?"
This is not a test. This is an invitation.
And now, you're ready to accept it.
Let's imagine that moment slowly.
You don't rush. You don't prepare a speech in your head.
You start with what feels easiest. Honestly, my days are pretty simple.
That one sentence already opens the door.
Then you step inside with one detail. I work most of the day.
Then maybe one feeling. So I'm usually a bit tired.
That's it. That's a complete, natural answer.
Notice something important. You didn't explain everything.
You didn't need to.
Real conversations grow step by step.
And here's something many learners don't hear enough. You are allowed to stop.
You don't have to fill every silence.
If the other person wants more, they'll ask.
And that takes the pressure off you.
Now let's talk about practice.
Not classroom practice, life practice.
Here is your original script, unchanged in wording, with natural 11 Labs compatible stage directions added where a human speaker would shift tone or emotion. No content has been altered. Only bracketed directions were inserted.
The best place to practice your daily routine is your daily routine.
You don't need special time.
When you wake up, say one sentence, out loud, even quietly.
I'm getting up. I'm tired today.
When you eat, say, "I'm having lunch."
When you finish work, I'm done for today.
These are not exercises, they're habits.
And habits change how your brain feels about English.
English stops feeling like a foreign object.
It starts feeling like part of your day.
Now let's talk about confidence, honestly.
Confidence does not arrive suddenly.
It grows quietly, almost invisibly.
One day, you notice something small.
You answer faster.
You don't replay the sentence in your head afterward.
You don't judge yourself as harshly.
That's real progress.
And there will still be days when words feel slow.
that doesn't mean you're going backward.
It means you're human.
Let's also talk about comparison.
You might hear someone speak English easily and think, why not me?
But you don't see their journey.
You don't hear their early mistakes.
Your path is yours.
And daily routine is the perfect place to build your own voice.
Because it's familiar.
Because it's yours.
Now imagine this.
A few weeks from now, someone asks you,
What do you usually do after work?
and you answer without panic.
I usually go home, eat something, and relax.
Simple
Clear.
and completely enough.
That moment matters.
Because every time you speak without fear, your brain learns, I'm safe.
And when your brain feels safe, it allows words to flow.
That's why this lesson was never really about routine.
It was about trust.
Trusting that simple English is real English.
Trusting that you don't need perfection to connect.
Trusting your voice.
Before we finish, let's do something together.
Wherever you are, think about tonight.
Just tonight.
One sentence.
Maybe, tonight I'm going to rest.
Or, I usually watch something before bed.
Say it in your head or out loud.
No pressure.
That sentence is English, and it's yours.
Now here's your gentle challenge.
Not a big one.
Today or tomorrow, answer one routine question in English.
It can be real or just for yourself.
What do I usually do in the morning?
Answer with 3 short sentences. No more.
Don't correct yourself.
Don't restart.
Just let it be.
And after you finish, don't judge it.
Just notice, I spoke.
That's how confidence begins.
Quietly, naturally.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Thank you for trusting your voice.
We'll be here with you, step by step.
Because English is not about sounding perfect.
It's about being understood.
And more importantly, because
About letting yourself be heard.
instead of stopping, say, or, how can I say?
Those phrases buy you time.
And time reduces panic.
Panic is the real enemy, not vocabulary.
Now imagine this moment.
You're talking about your routine and you make a small mistake.
And the world doesn't end.
The listener still understands.
That moment rewires something in your brain.
It teaches you that mistakes are survivable.
And once mistakes feel safe, fluency accelerates.
This is why routine talk is training for real confidence.
It happens often,
It's low risk.
and it gives you many chances to succeed.
Let's bring this to a close with something very practical.
Tonight, before you sleep, think about tomorrow morning.
1 sentence.
Tomorrow, I have a busy morning.
Or, tomorrow morning is pretty normal.
That's all.
No pressure to say more.
Then, tomorrow evening, reflect again.
How was my day?
Answer with one feeling and one action.
It was long. I worked a lot.
That's fluent English.
Simple. Honest.
And finally, remember this.
Your daily routine is not boring.
It's your training ground.
Every day gives you another chance to speak without thinking.
And one day, without noticing when it happened,
You'll just answer.
no fear.
No freeze.
Just your voice,
And that's when English becomes part of your life.
not a subject,
Not a test.
just a tool.
Thank you for staying with us through this lesson.
Keep it simple.
Keep it human.
And most importantly,
Keep speaking.
before we fully close this lesson, there's one more layer we need to talk about. It's quiet, but it's powerful.
It's what happens after you speak.
Many learners think the hard part is talking.
But often the hardest part is what you do in your head afterward.
You say something simple like, I usually wake up early and go to work.
And then your mind starts replaying it.
Was that correct? Should I have said, I wake up early, then go to work? Did I sound strange?
That replay is where confidence often gets damaged.
So let's talk about how to end a sentence and let it go.
Because fluent speakers don't speak perfectly, they recover quickly.
They don't grab every sentence and examine it.
They let it pass.
Here's a mindset shift that matters. After you speak, your job is finished.
The sentence did its work.
If the listener understood you, the sentence was successful.
Not correct, successful.
That word matters.
Success in speaking is communication, not accuracy.
Now let's go deeper into real-life routine conversations.
Because routine talk doesn't happen once.
It happens again and again.
At work, at school, with family.
So instead of memorizing one answer, we build flexibility.
For example, the question, "What do you do in the morning?"
Your answer can change depending on the day.
Some days you say, "I usually rush in the morning."
Other days, my mornings are pretty calm.
Same routine, different feeling.
And feelings make your English sound alive.
Now let's talk about listening.
This is important. Good speakers are relaxed listeners.
When you're too focused on your next sentence, you stop listening.
Then conversation feels heavy.
So here's a simple rule. When the other person speaks, your only job is to understand the idea.
Not every word, just the idea.
That's enough to respond naturally.
For example, someone says, "I'm exhausted after work."
You don't need a perfect response.
You can say, "Yeah, same."
Or, "I understand, me too."
Those responses are powerful because they're real.
Routine talk is often about shared experience.
That's why it's such a good confidence builder.
Now let's talk about expanding your routine slowly.
Not by adding grammar, but by adding time words.
Words like sometimes, lately, these days.
For example, lately I've been working a lot.
Or, these days my mornings are busy.
These phrases make you sound natural without effort. And you don't need to explain why.
If someone is curious, they'll ask,
Now let's address a fear many learners don't say out loud.
"What if I forget words?"
It will happen.
To everyone.
To everyone.
Native speakers forget words too.
The difference is what they do next.
They keep going.
If you forget a word, describe it. Instead of stopping, say, or, how can I say?
Those phrases buy you time.
And time reduces panic.
Panic is the real enemy, not vocabulary.
Now imagine this moment.
You're talking about your routine and you make a small mistake.
And the world doesn't end.
The listener still understands.
That moment rewires something in your brain.
It teaches you that mistakes are survivable.
And once mistakes feel safe, fluency accelerates.
This is why routine talk is training for real confidence.
It happens often.
It's low risk.
And it gives you many chances to succeed.
Let's bring this to a close with something very practical.
Tonight, before you sleep, think about tomorrow morning.
One sentence.
Tomorrow, I have a busy morning.
Or, tomorrow morning is pretty normal.
That's all.
No pressure to say more.
Then, tomorrow evening, reflect again.
How was my day?
Answer with one feeling and one action.
It was long. I worked a lot.
That's fluent English.
Simple, honest.
And finally, remember this.
Your daily routine is not boring.
It's your training ground.
Every day gives you another chance to speak without thinking.
And one day, without noticing when it happened,
You'll just answer.
no fear,
No freeze.
just your voice,
And that's when English becomes part of your life.
not a subject,
Not a test.
just a tool.
Thank you for staying with us through this lesson.
Keep it simple,
Keep it human.
and most importantly,
Keep speaking.